Have you ever seen a film where the costumes feel alive? Not just fabric, but emotion stitched into every thread. That was the magic of Piero Tosi. He didn't just design clothes, he designed characters. From the lavish gowns of Italian aristocrats to the raw realism of post-war cinema, every outfit he created told a story of beauty, struggle, and identity. Tosi believed a costume should whisper who a person is before they even speak, and that belief turned his films into living paintings. Today, we're stepping into his world where elegance met emotion and history met art. Welcome to the masterpieces of Piero Tosi. 1. Claudia Cardinale's ballroom gown in the Leopard, 1963. When Angelica Sodara glides down the grand staircase in the Leopard, time itself seems to stop. The ballroom glows like a living painting, and at its center stands Claudia Cardinale, wrapped in one of cinema's most breathtaking creations. Piero Tosi designed Angelica's gown as a bridge between two worlds, the fading nobility and the rise of a new class. He chose ivory organza dusted with silver polka dots instead of the novel's pink, giving the dress an ethereal, white jellyfish glow under Visconti's candlelit set. The corseted bodice, lace-ruffled neckline, and billowing skirt move like waves with every turn of the waltz. Even the tiniest details, the pearl hairpieces, the fabric roses, the delicate sleeves, speak of Tosi's obsession with realism and refinement. He once said, a costume must never look made, it must look lived in. And that's exactly what this gown does. It doesn't just dress Angelica, gaze. It transforms her into the very symbol of beauty and ambition in a changing Italy. Today, that same gown still shines at Palazzo Braschi in Rome, preserved as a national treasure, a reminder that when Piero Tosi designed, he didn't just recreate history, he resurrected it. 2. Maria Callas as Medea, 1969. Step into the dimly lit hall of the Palazzina della Meridiana, and you'll feel it. The quiet, ancient weight of mythology hanging in the air. Among the glittering gowns and silken dreams, one figure dominates the space, Medea, the sorceress, reborn through fabric and fire. In 1969, director Pier Paolo Pasolini asked Piero Tosi to clothe Maria Callas not as an opera diva, but as a myth, raw, untamed, eternal. And Tosi delivered something extraordinary, a costume that looked as if it had risen from the earth itself. Heavy medallions hung like sacred relics across her chest, each pleat and thread echoing the ancient roots of Western civilization. No modern glamour, no ornament for vanity. This was ritual clothing, built to awaken memory and power. Maria Callas's pale, unpainted face glowed starkly against the darkness of her robes, a full moon rising over a forgotten world. The contrast was haunting, deliberate. Pasolini's Medea was not a woman of her time, but a living myth pulled from the dawn of culture. Today, that same costume stands silent in Florence, a tribute to the genius of Piero Tosi, who could turn cloth into legend, and who, through Maria Callas, gave us not just Medea the character, but Medea the goddess reborn. 3. Jennifer O'Neill in L'innocente, 1976. In the twilight of his career, Piero Tosi returned to the world of Luchino Visconti, a world of fading aristocracy, whispered secrets, and the last gasp of beauty before decay. For L'Innocente, 1976, he created gowns that didn't just clothe a woman, they revealed the soul of an era on the verge of extinction. The first, an evening dress in deep cherry red textured satin, glows with restrained passion. Every fold catches the light like wine and crystal. Velvet flowers bloom across the bodice, while the short sleeves shimmer with burgundy bugle bead embroidery. It's sensual yet dignified, the kind of beauty that hides danger beneath perfection. The gown recalls late 19th century haute couture, but with Tosi's own discipline, a perfect balance of realism and theatrical grace. Then comes the second, a fuchsia pink masterpiece that Jennifer O'Neill wore as Countess Teresa Raffio. Crafted in cyclamen satin woven with silver thread floral motifs, it's lighter, almost electric in its brightness, as if love and pride collided in silk. The asymmetrical drape opens along the hip, and a delicate bow gathers the skirt with precision only Tosi could achieve. The pleated, pointed bodice carves the body into the idealized hourglass of the 1890s, a silhouette both feminine and powerful. Together, these two gowns speak a language of silent rebellion, a world obsessed with appearances, yet haunted by the fragility beneath. Piero Tosi didn't design for beauty alone. He designed to show how beauty dies, one bead, one fold, one look at a time. 4. Silvana Mangano, in Death in Venice, 1971. In Death in Venice, 1971, beauty doesn't just fade, it decays gracefully. Luchino Visconti and Piero Tosi recreated Thomas Mann's haunting vision of obsession, art, and time itself. The film's elegance hides something fragile, and nowhere is that more visible than in the costumes worn by Silvana Mangano as the mother of Tadzio, the symbol of unattainable beauty. Tosi's approach here was radical for its time. Instead of creating replicas, he built authenticity by weaving real antique fabrics into his designs. Each gown was part museum, part dream. The most striking, a soft ivory dress with delicate tulle sleeves, its plastron crafted from a genuine 19th century lace piece. It's almost impossible to tell where the borrowed history ends and Tosi's creation begins. Every thread blurs the line between old and new, as if time itself had stitched the fabric together. Under the Venetian light, Mangano looks both distant and divine, her costume breathing with memory, loss, and a quiet sense of mourning. The silhouette is pure Edwardian perfection, a high waist, a narrow corset, and transparent sleeves that float like ghosts of the past. Tosi once said that costumes must speak of the soul of their time, and here he let the fabric whisper about mortality, beauty, and the elegance of inevitable decay. 5. Mia Fothergill in Sparrow, 1993. In his later years, Piero Tosi returned to what he did best, telling human emotion through the quiet language of fabric. In Sparrow, Storia di una capinera, 1993, he designed a gown that's deceptively simple, a white cotton and tulle day dress, traced with black soutache embroidery. It looks pure and innocent, but like its wearer, it hides layers of restraint and sorrow. Worn by Mia Fothergill as Maria, the dress mirrors her life, controlled, sheltered, and bound by rules. The bishop sleeves gather gently at the wrist, the neckline tied with a modest black ribbon, and a tiered skirt that moves like a quiet sigh of freedom she can never fully claim. Tosi's genius was in the details. He didn't copy 19th century fashion, he reimagined it through the lens of story. Every stitch was hand-sewn at Torelli Costumi, and even the embroidery patterns were drawn from Sicilian museum archives. It's not a relic of the past, it's a reconstruction of emotion. Tosi used white and black as metaphors, white for innocence, black for the invisible walls around her soul.